Hey there, Kim here. Happy Wednesday. And today's video, we're going to be talking about, and I will be listing the 10 states that will be ending federal unemployment. So this includes the PUA, PEUC, as well as the extra $300 every single week. And as of now, there are 10 states that have decided to opt out, which, in case you didn't know, because I didn't know up until a couple of days ago, the federal, it is federal law that they extended unemployment benefits, PEUC, PUA, and the extra $300 a week until September. However, the states do have the option to opt out of that. Doesn't make any sense to me, but they have that option. And unfortunately, there are now 10 states that have decided to opt out, and there are 2 additional states that will be opting out in the near future. So I will be talking about all the states that have chosen to opt out, as well as the dates that they will be ending unemployment, which is all in June. I think one's in July. But yeah, I'll get into all that. So yeah, not good news. I was doing research this morning and I was like, oh my gosh, here's another one. And I'm like, oh my gosh, here's another one. Because I think in yesterday's video, I named off maybe five or six states. Now we're up to 10, and most likely it's actually going to be 12. So I'll start to read those states off. But first, the reason for this is because the jobs report came out, and the states that have decided to opt out are Republican controlled. So what you want to do is, if I don't name your state off, then what you definitely want to do is see if your state is a Democrat or Republican. And because if your state is controlled by a Republican governor, then unfortunately you might be at risk of losing your benefits. And again, this is not to take political sides. That's just the reality of it right now. And it's unfortunate because, the mental anguish I think we all went through, right? Finally getting some relief, knowing that we can get benefits until September, and then we could focus primarily on finding a job. But now they just decided to yank that out from under us, which is totally not fair. So I'll start to read off the states, and I will be doing daily updates on this topic because every day, like I said, more states are being added, unfortunately. So this is what we have so far. And again, these are the states that have decided to opt out of all federal unemployment programs, PEUC, PUA, as well as the extra $300 a week. So Alabama, they're looking to opt out June 19th. Arkansas, June 26th. Idaho, June 19th. Iowa, June 12th. Mississippi, also June 12th. And apparently June 12th is the earliest that they can opt out. So Iowa and Mississippi chose to opt out like ASAP. Missouri too is also June 12th. Montana, which is actually one of the first states to opt out, they decided to end their unemployment June 27th. However, in Montana, they are offering a $1,200 return to work bonus. So, does it help? Who knows? North Dakota, June 19th. Ohio will not end federal unemployment. That's what Governor Mike DeWine announced on Monday. So Ohio, for now, you're good, which is pretty amazing. I was very happy to read that, at least. South Carolina, June 30th. Tennessee, July 3rd. Florida is not ending yet. DeSantis said in April that he was against extending unemployment benefits, and so he will probably soon end benefits in Florida, but no date has been disclosed yet. And unfortunately, Utah will also probably be ending their federal unemployment, but again, no date has been specified for that. So unfortunately, like I said earlier, if you are in a Republican state, unfortunately, you are at risk of losing your benefits, which totally pains me to say. So again, as the days go on, I will do additional research because I have a feeling this list is only going to grow. Biden did come out to say that he would cut down on unemployment benefits, but he really, hopefully, might just reinstate the work search requirements, which a lot of states have started to implement. And in tomorrow's video, I will go over those states and the date that you have to start filing for, or at least, proving your work search, or their work search requirements. Every state does it different. So what you definitely want to do is research exactly what they're looking for. Some states you have to fill out a form. Some states you have to keep your personal record on that. So you definitely want to do that, because the last thing you want to do is lose your benefits because you weren't working or you weren't performing a work search. And also, some states you have to do a work search requirement in their system. So it's crazy, and it's a shame that all states are different. But Biden is pushing states to reinstate job-seeking requirements for people to stay on unemployment, which again, I mean, it makes sense, right? Because that's what we had to do pre-pandemic. So it only makes sense that they reinstate this. And Biden goes on to say, we're going to make it clear that anyone collecting unemployment who is offered a suitable job must take the job or lose their unemployment benefits, Biden said at the White House. So yeah, they're really pushing down on finding a job, which obviously, makes sense, right? But what they're not realizing is we all have different skill sets. We all have a different career path. And just because there are X amount of jobs out there doesn't mean that the people that are unemployed have that specific skill set. So, it's not like a 1-to-1 ratio, right? And only 1 in 4 Americans were actually making more on unemployment than they were at their jobs. And, I feel bad for the people that have had a career for 10, 15, 20 years, and now all of a sudden are being forced to, get a minimum wage job. And there's nothing wrong with minimum wage jobs. I don't mean it like that, but it's like, when you're used to making a certain income, right? Number one, you're losing your income. And number two, you're entering a completely different career path. So yeah, it's not a cut and dry situation. I feel like a lot of these politicians are not taking that into consideration. It's just like telling them, hey, you're making, 6-figure salary, as a politician. Oh, by the way, tomorrow your new career is working in a fast food chain. Like, how would they feel about that? And it just irritates me that they're not thinking of things like that. So fortunately, that's the news for today. Again, I will keep you updated on that. So definitely subscribe and do me a favor and like this video, and I will see you tomorrow.